Hello engineering design folks, here's part 2 of making holes in CAD. I've opened up a document. I suggested in the end of the presentation that we make a sketch on the front plane. Oh, there we go, that's better, I can see it better. Make a rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and dimension my rectangle to be 4 inches across and 3 inches tall. That was the thing I recommended. I'm also going to use the ability to measure, to dimension between two features to make sure it's centered. I'm going to say, okay, the distance from this edge to my center, I want that to be 2 exactly. And hey, it's fully constrained, there's no more blue lines. Alright. If I want to have it centered on the front plane, and I did this because in the past when I've had to do section drawings, I need a plane to go from. So that might be the case in other CAD systems if you go forward with your life and you find yourself using Fusion or SolidWorks or Autodesk or AutoCAD, something like that. If I were to extrude this guy, I'm going to extrude him total of 2 inches. And I'm going to, instead of blind, I'm going to call it symmetric. So one of those inches going each direction. And again, this is because ideally, like when I go to draw section drawings, sometimes you actually need a plane created where you want that section to be. I don't think OnShape is like that. I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't have to fiddle with it too much to get to work. Okay, so I'm going to bring this, make this a little bit bigger so you can see it in screen. Let me do that real quick. These guys here, these notations, I want to make these holes that they're listed right here. I think it'd be kind of interesting just to see that. I'm not going to make the holes that I need you guys to dimension. You know, these ones down here, I'm not going to give those away, but I'll use this information up here. So I'm going to go ahead and make a sketch on the top plane here. And to use the whole feature, this whole feature right here, that's a tool, I guess, a hole tool. I need to have vertices, or at least one vertex that I can call upon and use as the center of the hole. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch some vertices. See, my holes are 1/2 inch. Okay, that's 1/4 inch. So I'm going to put this, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go ahead, since I have 4 holes, I'm going to go ahead and dimension them at, let's see, 4/5 is 0.8. So 0.8 inches between each feature. Should evenly space. Oh lordy. Oh lord, it didn't work out. Well, you know it did. I just have to move this one now. Okay. Alright, I did 0.8 because I'm just dividing it into 5 chunks basically. Alright, 5 even chunks. I'm going to save this sketch. And you'll see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now anytime you've got one sketch and you have multiple features you're going to use multiple times, you're going to use the whole tool on it, you're going to use multiple extrudes. The first one you do, it will make your sketch in your feature list here actually turn invisible like that. So there'll be one feature but you won't be able to see the rest of it. When that happens, make sure you hit show your sketch again. It'll show all those pieces you didn't use yet. So the first hole looks like we've got a 1/2 inch through, a simple hole, right there. So let's use this first one here to make a 1/2 inch hole, 1/2 inch diameter hole that goes all the way through. So I'm going to pick hole. I'm going to say that I want a simple hole. I don't want blind, I don't want to have to put in a depth. I'm going to call it through. You'll notice all these options below change. So like if I had counterbore, I'd need more information. If it was blind, I'd need more information. But if I do a simple hole that's through, all I need to know is the diameter. And my diameter was 0.5, half an inch. So a sketch point to place a hole, I'm going to use this point right here. And now it's cut a hole straight through like that. And normally it would automatically then hide that sketch so you don't see those other dots. So I'm going to just remind you, you can always show things. Like if I noticed a lot of y'all when you did your the first part of the 9 weeks test on OnShape, there were those 2 wings that came up on either end of the thing that looked like a couch or a footstool or something. And you would draw, a lot of people drew both of the rectangles they wanted to extrude, and then they only extruded one, and then when they got out of that extrude, it had hidden the rest of their sketch, and so they had to redraw that rectangle. So they had extra features over in the feature list. And I just noticed that was a common thread. Alright, I'm going to make another hole, different kind of hole this time, at this second dot. Now the second dot, the information I have is it's going to be a counterbore, so let me go change it to counterbore. And look, I've got a diameter, a small diameter, and a large diameter. See if you can see the picture. The this guy is just the main diameter, and then this is the feature, the bore feature diameter. So the main diameter in this one is 3/8 of an inch, 0.375. Alright. And the depth of that feature, let's see. It doesn't go all the way through. That's something else to notice. It does not go all the way through, so I can change it to blind again. Oh, oops. Oops, 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 oops. Oops, 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 oops. Blind. There we go. So 0.375, and the depth of the whole thing is, it says is 2 inches. And then the diameter of the bore is 0.75. And the depth of the bore is 0.5. And that's on this vertex right here. And if I happen to look this way at it, you can kind of see it's very similar to the picture over here already. It might be a slightly different ratio of side and width and everything, but that's kind of what it looks like. Alright, this next guy right here, ooh, I might not have enough room. He's got a diameter of 1 full inch. I might run into this hole. I may have to widen everything slightly. Okay. And I can always go back to my sketch. For example, make this 0.5. You see that slid it over? And then maybe I want to make this a bit of a wider distance. So open up sketch 2, open up my dimension there. I'm going to move it over. Oof. I need it to move over. Let's see. I could need it to move over 1.25. I think that'll do. That'll give it enough room. They shouldn't run into each other. Okay. Alright, so let's make another hole. This third hole in the list is a countersink. So I'm going to choose countersink. And it says that I got a 0.25 diameter hole that goes down 2.25 inches. So I'm already blind. I'm going to have a 1/4 inch diameter. And the depth of that part of it is going to be 2 1/4 inches. And, oh look, it's already 1 inch. My sink diameter is 1 inch, and then it's got an 82 degrees center. And look, it's got 82 degrees already in there. Maybe that's a standard. I got an inch right there. I got a sketch on this hole right here. And there it is. Alright, I've got one more on this example that was online. I've got a 1/2 inch through counterbore with a 0.75 inch bore that goes down 5/8 of an inch. Alright, cool. How far apart are you guys? I might need to move this last hole slightly over as well. Do a full inch. Okay, that should do it. Oh, actually it might not. Well, we'll see. Worst case scenario, I've got to reorganize everything again. Hole. This guy's a counter bore, but it goes through, so that takes away one of the measurements I have to put in. The diameter is 1/2 inch, the main diameter. The bore diameter is 0.75 inches, 3/4 of an inch. And the depth of the bore is 5/8 of an inch. Alright, I gotta sketch my hole right there. Oh yeah, it overlapped. I'm gonna have to make some more space. And 1.2 on that. And maybe 0.9 on that. Let's see what happens. Oh, they're still too close. Full inch, there we go. That'll do. Alright, now that I've messed around with a lot, you see the 4 types of holes that they had in this example. So I kind of want you to do something similar with some holes on yours when you make it, okay? It's just going to have this kind of hole with these dimensions, and this hole with these dimensions, and this hole with these dimensions, instead of those 4 over there. Alright? Trying to think, I don't think there's anything else I need to worry about telling you guys right now. So, enjoy, good luck, if you need help, let me know. Let me put that right there. Oh, making a drawing. So, +, create drawing. There it goes. So, I don't know if it loads. There it goes, there it goes. Alright, I'm going to put this part down. I'm going to put a right side view first. There we go. And I don't want to do any projections from there. But I will take this tool here called section view. If you look at that, if you put your mouse over it, it'll take a horizontal, vertical, or angular section view. So I'm going to take a section view. And if you look at this, I can put this, first of all, I can say I want a vertical section, a horizontal section, or an angular section. If I want a horizontal section, let's say I want it exactly in the middle, looking down. So I can see the different holes through, and I can see the material too. I don't like that one. I wanted to get the one from a side view. So let's do a section view using a vertical line. There it is. Put it right over here. And that kind of looks like this view right here. Oh, how about that? The very first time I did this, I'm going to show you what I did because I thought it was hilarious. It didn't work the way I wanted it to. Okay, I'm going to put a new view down. I'm going to have a isometric view because I was like, hey, that's a good view. Let's do that. And when I went to make my section view, and I stuck that in the middle of one of the holes I had, like that, it actually did this weird diagonal thing. Look at that. Probably because it's already isometric. So I got just the center of this hole. I didn't get it pointing the way I wanted it to, and that's not what I wanted. So this guy is much more what I wanted. You can see in the middle of it. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know, and hope to talk to you soon.